Thanks, Tammy. We're continuing our conversation about home safety in the event of an earthquake or other natural disasters. And one of the things that may be a problem after a major quake is unseen leakage. Now, we talked about gas leak, but we also have to concern ourselves with water leaks, sewers, pipes, that kind of thing. And Jim Carter from American Leak Detection joins us this morning to talk about other things that leak after a major quake. Jim, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, let's talk about, we talked about the gas. You got to get that shut off for obvious fire danger. What's the danger of sewers and pipes underground that break?
Well, the dangers of that is the once the water line breaks and causes a large water pool underneath the floor, it's going to continue to get worse and actually flood the home. Or on sewers, if you have a broken line, it's going to collapse and cause a backup in the sewer line. Or like the gentleman said earlier on the gas leaks, we want to make sure that we cover all those before any dangers happen.
Sure. Okay. Is it safe to say that there's less immediate concern unless it's a huge quake than there would be for gas?
Yes, it's not as dangerous, but it still needs to be addressed.
But it's more of a long-term thing. It's not going to, set on fire within minutes of the quake. This is something that's going to cause huge damage down the road.
That's correct. Usually what we see on a normal, even on a smaller quake, is that we'll start to see things happen within about 2 weeks. People will start to hear water flow. Even though everything's turned off in the house, they can still hear that flow.
Is that what
water sound?
We can talk a little about the equipment that you brought along. Is that what this is for? Are you listening for water?
That's correct. What this does is it listens to water escaping the pipe underneath the home, and this amplifies that sound, and we're able to identify which of the cold water, the hot water, or any type of...
You can tell which water underground is leaking?
Yes, we can.
They sound different?
They don't sound different, but we can gauge the two between the hot and the cold water lines. And once we identify which line is leaking, then we'll go back with a line locator and track out those pipes underneath the floor.
Oh, that's what all this fancy stuff is for finding the line that's leaking and then getting down and repairing it?
That's right. Once we identify where the lines are at, we can locate the leak and narrow it down to about 1 foot in diameter, put a hole through the floor and do the repair.
Right.
And then retest.
Something that, of course, would stop that from happening, much like with the gas leak, is to install one of these.
Right. What this is emergency water shutoff valve that we can install. And you can actually program the device to be activated on any type of time sense. So if somebody is away from the home during the week or something like that, what it does is it picks up any type of extra flow that's abnormal to the home, and it will actually shut itself off.
Right, let me ask you this now. In a huge quake, the gas is going to be a problem, but in a quake that's pretty big, but doesn't destroy the house where things aren't all in chaos, this may be actually a bigger danger because 2 weeks from now, I'm going to start noticing spots on my floor.
That's right. You could start to feel a warm spot on the floor, or actually water will start to surface through those cracks that had appeared.
All right, Jim Carter of American Leak Detection. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to talk about glass that doesn't break. We'll show you that. Stick around. KMIR 6 today. I'll be right back.
Welcome to